So the Eurythmics set the precedent in the Sweet Dreams video, and years later, the ritual would be continued by a double M resonator, Marilyn Manson. The name Marilyn is a variation of Mary, meaning sea of bitterness. Marilyn Manson is openly a follower of Aleister Crowley, and the themes of androgyny and transhumanism are ever present in his work. Manson is a member of Anton LaVey's Church of Satan, which for the most part is just a show pony form of atheism, although the lower levels of LaVeyan Satanism are likely a stepping stone to higher orders of a more exclusive nature than the aforementioned LaVeyan system. Manson's take on Sweet Dreams starts off with an image of Marilyn's reflection in a puddle. Perhaps the puddle is symbolic of the water door. Manson is wearing a suit, just as Annie Lennox did in the original Sweet Dreams video. The suit in the original video is symbolic of the alchemical wedding. That being the case, it's safe to assume that the same applies here. And we can confirm this in this scene where Manson walks down the stairs wearing a wedding dress. Not long after this, we're shown a close-up of Manson's Baphomet tattoo. The Baphomet being a symbol of androgyny, which is to say the combination of the two opposites, the middle pillar of the tree of life, the two becoming one. So, keeping in line with the theme of oneness, which means oneness with the all or pan, in this scene we see Manson with the doves, which are of course symbolic of oneness with the all, and the Holy Spirit. The all being dualistic, that's oneness with Christ or Antichrist consciousness. Now this scene is very telling of which side Manson is representing here. Note the green tint. Manson is painted black and dressed as a shadow man. The shadow man is leading around a pig on a leash. The pig is symbolic of human beings and plays the same role as the cow from the original Sweet Dreams video. What is being conveyed here is a demon, the shadow man, controlling a human, the pig. Here we see the shadow man ride the pig, symbolising possession. In this scene, a blue tint comes over the screen, similar to that was utilised in the original video. Manson stumbles around in a tutu skirt. Now blue is of course the colour of the throat chakra, and the next chakra down is the heart chakra, which as we now know is synonymous with the ivory key. Again, this is because you have to allow a demon into your heart, that is, to give it the ivory key in order for it to possess you. And the heart chakra is green, which is why in this scene the green tint is employed, meaning the demon has entered the heart chakra. Manson has third eye symbolism on his forehead, and clocks protruding from his head in all different directions. The clocks represent Saturn, who is the god of time. The reason for this is that our universe, symbolised by the cube of Saturn, is ruled by Saturn. And in order for a demon, aka the Antichrist consciousness, to navigate space-time, or maritime, it needs a body or a vessel. So in order for me to help you understand what I'm about to show you, I'm going to have to refer back to another video, which others have analysed and broken down in the past. And that is Rihanna's Disturbia. Disturbia is a video that is very clearly about possession. The term Disturbia, in and of itself, in the context of these songs' lyrics, seems to refer to the place where the human's mind goes, or perhaps the spirit, while the body is under possession. Some of the lyrics are Disturbia, it's like the darkness is the light, and other lyrics include no more gas in the rig, can't even get it started. Well, a rig is a word for a vessel, so she's talking about her body. A few other lines of interest are, it's a thief in the night to come and grab you, it can creep up inside you and consume you. A disease of the mind, it can control you, I feel like a monster. The song appears to refer to that place that the mind goes while under possession. Therefore it follows that Disturbia is synonymous with the abyss. After crossing the abyss in the system of Thelema and having been reborn in the womb of Babylon, the adept is said to reside in the city of pyramids, underneath the Great Night of Pan, or NOx. This is all symbolic language for oneness with the all, which in the case of the Antichrist consciousness means possession. It is likely that this is the reason Rihanna says the following lines in Disturbia: "Put on your brake lights, we're in the city of wonder." It's no stretch of the imagination that the City of Wonder refers to the City of Pyramids, especially considering that the Pyramid at Giza is the last of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The overall point I'm making is that Disturbia refers to the place that the mind goes while coming under possession, in other words, the abyss. The Disturbia video is choreographed in such a way that the dancers move in a strange, jerky sort of manner throughout. This becomes particularly noticeable in scenes like this. I'm looping this scene so you get the idea, but Disturbia is characterised by jerky and or fast, unnatural movements. So when you hear myself or others say that such and such a person goes into Disturbia, you now know what that means. Understanding this, you can now see why Manson goes into Disturbia during the Sweet Dreams video. Going into Disturbia is going into the abyss, as the body comes under possession. At the end of the video, Manson walks through the Stargate of Illumination, further confirming the possession theme of the song. This is the CD cover of the song, which, as you can see, is green, reflecting the idea of letting a demon into your heart chakra. On this cover, Manson is dressed as the child snatcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which bizarrely made an appearance at the ritualistic opening ceremony of the London 2012 Olympics, along with several other famous characters. The song Sweet Dreams was also used at the Olympics, which is appropriate. Beyonce's Sweet Dreams, while the same in title, is not the same song as the previous two. However, the subtextual message is absolutely the same. The video starts with Beyonce in bed wearing white. She begins to levitate out of the bed and a dove appears, meaning she is connecting to the all, Christ or Antichrist consciousness. She is then transported to another dimension where she is wearing black, ergo the chemical wedding has just taken place. There's a rainbow in the background, and the rainbow and the dove are of course synonymous in their meaning, and the other word for the rainbow bridge is the Antikarana, which is a 3-pronged swastika which, like its 4-pronged counterpart, symbolises the open spiralling vortex. 2 dancers appear, and in the background a pale horse runs by. The pale horse is from the book of Revelations in chapter 6 verse 8, where it says, "And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat upon him was Death, and hell followed with him." This verse from Revelations refers to the breaking of the 7 seals. The 7 seals are the 7 chakras. The pale horse from Revelations appears when the 4th seal is broken. The 4th seal being the 4th chakra, which is the heart chakra. In other words, Beyonce has given something the ivory key, which is to say she has let something into her heart. The lyrics to the song reflect this. At one point, the lyrics state, "Every night I rush to my bed with hopes that maybe I'll get a chance to see you when I close my eyes. I'm going out of my head, lost in a fairy tale. Can you hold my hand and be my guide? Clouds filled with stars cover the skies, and I hope it rains. You're the perfect lullaby. What kind of dream is this? You could be a sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare. Either way, I don't want to wake up from you." It's clear that she is not referring simply to a human being when she talks of hoping to see it in bed when she closes her eyes. At one point, she talks of hoping that it rains. Now, this is interesting considering that her husband Jay-Z and other artists, including Eminem and Lil Wayne, have all at some point performed under the moniker of Rain Man. In Eminem's song, Rain Man, some of the lyrics are, "My name was not to become what I became with this level of fame. My soul is possessed by this devil. My new name is Rain Man." Just something to take into consideration. Beyonce also asks whatever it is that she is talking to be a guide. No surprise there, when connection to the all is often referred to as communion with a holy guardian angel. And a guardian angel refers to a guiding force. She sings about how this thing can be a sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare, which is reminiscent of Rihanna in the song Disturbia when she says, "It's like the darkness is the light." The real confirmation to her letting this Antichrist consciousness into her heart chakra are the lyrics, "Tattoo your name across my heart so it will remain. Not even death can make us part." This is exemplary of what happens to the soul that bonds itself or becomes at one with the Antichrist consciousness. Once you give it your ivory key, it makes you a part of its collective self or hive mind. Perhaps that's why Beyonce sometimes calls herself the Queen Bee. This scene reflects Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man drawing. The Vitruvian Man is essentially a demonstration of how the body is a vessel for a spirit, of how we as humans are stargates. Here we see Beyonce dancing in front of the spiraling vortex. In another scene, Beyonce smashes a mirror, which represents the fragmentation of the mind, and as Gary Newman called it, the breakdown of the image. Last but not least, we see Beyonce wears the robot suit, promoting transhumanism. Everything is in black and white, symbolising duality, except for the robot costume, which is gold, symbolising illumination. This is interesting, as transhumanism is the way that the elite are planning to use technology to become illuminated. The Antichrist consciousness seeks singularity with mankind, and transhumanism is one of its methods of achieving this. Transhumanists are awaiting what they call the singularity, when mankind and technology melt together, like the Borg. When you see mannequins on display, they represent us. That is, they represent the unilluminated masses. The illuminated are the new man, whereas the mannequins are the old man. You can see in various videos on numerous occasions this mannequin versus illumination dynamic. There are mannequins, for instance, in the Disturbia video. And then there's this scene in another Beyonce video, Diva, where the mannequins are placed in the boot of the car. All is black and white until Beyonce drops a lighter on a trail of fuel leading towards the car, which subsequently blows up. The explosion of the car is in colour, while everything else remains in black or white. In other words, duality. This means the mannequins have been initiated, going from duality into oneness, or from the old man to the new man. This entire ritual echoes Beyonce's own initiation in her previous video, Crazy in Love, where she is in the car and Jay-Z drops the lighter, blowing the car up, leading to her death rebirth as her alter ego Sasha Fierce. Sasha Fierce appears to represent the Egyptian goddess Sakme, or Sashme, known to the Egyptians as the fiercest hunter in Egypt. She was the personification of the widget, otherwise known as the Eye of Horus. To understand the reason that one would be referred to as the Eye of Horus, we can consult Manly P. Hall's Freemasonry of the Ancient Egyptians. Quote, "In the Egyptian rites, Horus is the saviour and avenger son of Isis, conceived by magic or ritual after the murder of Osiris. Hence he is the posthumous redeemer. Freemasons are Horai, they are the eyes of Osiris, whose body, therefore, is made up of eyes. Each initiate is a Horus, each is a hawk of the sun, and for one reason is each raised, and that is that he may join the army which is to avenge the death of wisdom and restore the reign of the all-seeing Lord." Unquote. Each initiate is an eye because each initiate are bonded via their third eye to the Antichrist consciousness, or at one with it, so to speak, part of the collective demonic hive mind. A term for the collective body of initiates that was used on two separate occasions by George H.W. Bush is 1,000 points of light. This term comes from Alice Bailey's channel writings in the book Externalization of the Hierarchy. The book is from 1957, and Bailey, a Luciferian theosophist, describes what a point of light is as the men who comprise the occult leadership group known as the New Group of World Servers, who she says are a part of the Brotherhood. She gives in her book Discipleship in a New Age the following mantra for her followers to complete. Quote, I am a point of light within a greater light. I am a spark of sacrificial fire focused within the fiery will of the sun god. Unquote. In other words, she is referring to the hive mind, and the points of light are the Horai, or the eyes of Osiris, as Manly Peel called them. Bailey wrote in her book Externalization of the Hierarchy, quote, the hour for the ancient mysteries has arrived. These ancient mysteries were hidden in numbers, in ritual, in words, and in symbology. These veil the secret. There is no question, therefore, that the work to be done in familiarising the public with the nature of the mysteries is of paramount importance at this time. These mysteries will be restored to outward expression through the medium of the Church and the Masonic fraternity. She further states, quote, out of the spoliation of all existing culture and civilization, the new world order must be built. So, that was what Bush was referring to when he spoke of 1,000 points of light. And that's what Beyonce's alter ego, Sasha Fierce, aka Sashime or Sakame, the Eye of Horus or Ra, alludes to. The death and rebirth of the mannequins into oneness with the Antichrist consciousness is their plan for us, and that has always been the case. Here is Lady Gaga's mannequin. The symbolism hardly needs decoding. Here is Rihanna, again, posing with mannequins. Katy Perry with mannequins. And Megan Fox in a mannequin photo shoot on the checkered floor of duality. Understanding the alchemical nature of the mannequin symbolism, the mannequin symbolising lead in alchemy, I'm going to move on to another video that I've briefly touched on before but never fully expounded upon, and that is 3 AM by another double M resonator, Eminem.